a few practical notes that summarize several key elements that we have seen so far. When we want to write a class, then what we need to do is create a file that will have the same name as the class. So if we want to write the class Henway, then the file needs to be named henway.java. And inside, the first thing that we are going to write is the words public class Henway, open and close the curly. Note that we start the name of a class always with a capital letter. It is important. Also, think what will happen if you compile it. This empty, practically, class will compile without any problem, without errors. However, if we try to run it, so after javac henway.java, we try to do java henway, what will happen? At runtime, we will get a mistake. And why is that the reason? Because inside the class, there is no main method, and the execution of the Java program always starts from the main method, the very first line of the main method. So when an assignment says write a Java program named such and such, like Henway, then you need to do a couple of things. Write again, create a file that will be named henway.java, start writing a class, public class Henway, but inside the class, since now you need a program and not just a class, you need to write a main method. Now, if you compile and run it, none of those times will give you an error, because now there is a main method inside the class. Finally, if the assignment says read something from standard input, what do you need to do? We have shown examples where we are reading from the standard input using the scanner class. In order to be able to use the scanner class, at the very top of our file, we need to import the path where the compiler will be able to find the scanner class. Then, where we need to use it, for example, inside the main method, the very beginning, we're going to create a scanner object and assign it to a particular variable, again of type scanner. And then if we want to, for example, read an integer that the user has provided, we will use the next int method of the scanner class. We will call that method through the scanner variable, and since nextInt returns a value that is of type int, returns an integer, we are going to store that value that the method returns into another variable. Here on the slide, you see that variable named x. It could be named whatever else we wanted. The important thing is that the type of that variable is the same as the return type of the nextInt method. And you can see the return type of any Java library method by looking up the Java API, as we did for the scanner class, as we also did for the math class. If you go to a search engine and type, for example, Java scanner class, you will find an Oracle website that will have the API for that class.